new day in the month of December. You're welcome to the Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV. My name is Neke Moya, and we're joined this morning by a beautiful guest and my co-host Joyce Chooks.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so cold.
Yes, it's the Hamilton. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, and we're going to be meeting our guests when we go on the short break for our feature story. But what's been happening? It's December.
Yeah, it's December. It doesn't feel like Christmas. It smells like Christmas. I found out recently, or rather on Monday, you know, I traveled.
Yes.
And I came back. And on Monday, when I was walking around, I smelled the Hamilton. I was like, the smell of Christmas actually Hamilton. Nobody will be spending these things because Hamilton is to come. But it's smelling like Christmas right now. But I don't know if we're financially buoyant enough to say it feels
like Christmas. Anyway, but that's the idea goes. But Christmas is next week, so it has to come and it has to go. Basically, all right. Each day, every day, we get to give you the history for today, and today is the birthday of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, born 17th December 1942. He's a Nigerian politician currently serving as the President of Nigeria in the office since 2015. He is a retired Major General in Nigerian Army and previously served as the nation's head of state from 31st December 1983 to 22nd August 1985 after taking power in a military coup d'etat. He unsuccessfully ran for the office of President of Nigeria in 2003, 2007, and 2011 general election. In December 2014, he emerged as the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress for March 25th general election. Buhari won the election, defeating the incumbent president Goodluck Jonathan. Buhari is married to his second wife after his first divorce from Safinatu, and he has 10 children. A very happy 77th birthday to the President of Nigeria.
You know, I just found out I have 10 children.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
He was divorced.
Oh, that's something. That's something.
Yes, and one of his child is late from the first wife.
Oh, well, the nation is currently celebrating the birthday of our president. It's already trending on Twitter at #1 PMB at 77, and a lot of people have a lot to say. Now, one thing that was really interesting is people are reacting to the fact that Aisha called him General Muhammadu Buhari.
Yes, I saw that as well.
As opposed to President Muhammadu Buhari, and there's a lot of ruckus underneath the tweet where she made the announcement. Irrespective, a lot of supporters of the APC government have said that when Punch came out to say that they would start calling him General, they come out to say that he earned the title General when he was in the military, and it's nothing to be ashamed of to call him the General.
Wow.
Well, happy birthday to our president. I hope that God grants you long life, and I hope that you continue to rule the nation in wisdom and you make rules that are going to benefit the entire population of Nigeria. Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday once more to President Muhammadu Buhari. We're going to go on a quick break. When we return, we're going to be talking about health, safety, and environment, general industrial practices. Stay there. Thank you for staying there. Now, HSE is an acronym for Health, Safety and Environmental Management. Now, it involves managing, controlling, handling all aspects of health, safety and environment, but with a major focus on major accident risks. Today, we are joined by the one and only Obehi Kingsley Akibi, who is the chairman of the National Industrial Safety Council of Nigeria, and he'll be telling us everything we need to know about HSE. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing? You look fabulous.
Thank you. We're trying to try.
You're trying to try. Wonderful. So give us quickly, what is HSE, if you're going to give us in layman terms?
Okay. HSE, for me, is, like you said, is health, safety, environment. The major tag there, or the focus there is safety.
Okay.
Safety for all. Safety for humanity, safety for the environment, safety for the people. or even the host community. Safety in general.
Amazing. So what in particular does your organization, the National Industrial Safety Council of Nigeria, do for the population? Because we see several people and several companies that look like they are not following the rules. Like there's a road being constructed right now on a Kenwan Ring Road axis going to Gele Seaport, and I pass there quite frequently. But the workers never look like they're safe. There are no helmets, there are no jackets, and they've been going on for months. So how is that going?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Firstly, I want to say I'm very pleased to be here. NICN, acronym for National Industrial Safety Council of Nigeria, is an advisory body to the Federal Ministry of Labour.
Yes.
Well, it starts from NICN was set up by the Federal Government Cabinet. And it was enacted sponsored by Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment to look into safety advisory. In Federal Ministry of Labour, you have the OSH Department of Occupational Safety and Health. So the stars were few back in the day. So NICN is the first and oldest safety body in Nigeria. Okay, it was enacted to look into safety advisory services, to advise companies, advise people, advise even the government on safety. It's unfortunate that in this part of the world, we think safety is a white man's language. It's unfortunate, but the truth is, until we accept safety in Nigeria, we'll continue to be seeing lots of things. Lots of things. It's so obvious. You're even seeing some that it's so obvious. So what we're calling on, we're just trying to see how best we can drive this force. Because safety is life. Like the Director General, former Director General of Lagos State Safety Commission, we went together in the Port Harcourt HSE Summit some few weeks ago. Okay. He said to me, my definition for safety? He said, safety is love. I said, let's look at it from there. Safety is love. Safety to humanity. How best can we deal with this? It's a whole lot of things to talk about. It's a whole lot.
Okay, so now that you talked about your organization being an advisory bridge to other companies, to the government, what are like the basic things you give to companies, to industries in terms for safety?
Right. Like I said, we're strictly to act in advisory capacity, okay, to industries, to companies or at large. But the truth is, like I said, we in this part of the world, we have seen safety to be a white man's language. What do I mean? Like you mentioned, you said you went through a Kenwan Aziz and you saw some person didn't look like it, and it's quite touching that at this level we've not come to accept the word safety. Because when you talk about safety, first of all, you're talking about yourself. The presence of hazard is our watchword. When we say we're safety conscious, our enemy or the watchword is hazard. What is hazard? Anything that has the potential to cause harm. Okay, so wherever you find yourself, even right here in this studio, there are lots of hazard. If I tell you, to be shocking.
Okay,
but I can expose you to that.
So give us one example. I was going to say that.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
your sitting posture. Yeah, fine. You've heard of ergonomics hazard?
No, what's that?
Ergonomics.
Ergonomics. Now, what does that mean?
Fine. It means your body structure, your body position over a period of time.
Okay.
It can affect your health. Sitting here for a long time. That's why if you see me sitting like this and I get to adjust, don't mind me. I might not be too conscious of the camera. I just need to get my body switch positions to make sure my health does not get bent on that. We are seeing flying cables here. There are lots of things I'm pointing out, but I don't want to focus on your studio right now. Let's get back to the industry. Where the hazards are really there, and it affects the workers, it affects the employers, it affects the host community, it affects the customers, everybody around.
Okay, so as an advisory body, all you can really do is let them know the problems, the hazards, and hopefully they'll take your advice. But is there a body that is in charge of enforcement, and are they linked to you in any way?
Well, yes, at our standard, everything is driven from the top to the bottom. We are still crying. We are still begging government to listen to us. We're still begging government to come, bring us in, let's work together. There's so much we can do. What can we do? Now, well, with all due respect to His Excellency, the Governor of Edo State, I think I have a proposal on the table right now. It's been there for close to 2 months. I hope you look at it. Because it's talking about how we can enforce, put safety in place in Edo State. You know, we need to put safety in place, put the safety in check. Because lots of hazard, lots of things happening. You heard the other time the little boy coming back from school that walked into the drainage. And I don't think they've seen him out today, or maybe they're still looking for him. I don't know. You know, that's just so many happening that we don't even know about. You know, the generational fumes at home, you know, homes get burnt, you know, you heard the Welu market, or what they call the other market, the spare parts market the other time, got burnt. You know, there are lots of things we can mitigate. We can deal with all of these things. But the truth is that government, we need to come together. We need to sit down, because we have this map. We have the position it takes. We have what it takes to put measures in place to see how we can mitigate. Unfortunately, we are most reactive in this part of the world. We are reactive. And safety does not preach that. Safety preaches being proactive. We need to be proactive. We need to set measures in place to ensure that we mitigate against this foreseen. You know, safety is about risk assessment. You know, we do risk assessment, core-risk assessment, you know, to ensure that these things do not happen, or the occurrence is reduced to as low as reasonably practicable. That's what they call a lap in safety.
Okay, so I was going to find out, how do you disseminate this information to the public? Are there workshops you organize? Do you organize your organization? Do they organize seminar workshops for industry to come and learn the rudiments of safety?
Yeah, we do. I think earlier last year, sometime around last year, we organized the free workshop for Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. Okay. We organized free workshop for them. I think in attendance we had of 31 or 41 persons or thereabout. You know, the truth is that it cost money, you know, to push information, to invite people. We had to do lots of publicity, try to invite them, go to the offices, send letters, bring them in, you know, make provision for them. They have to eat, they have to drink, and all that stuff. But even at that, we distributed over maybe 100 letters, if I'm not mistaken. But how many showed up? You know, why we're counting up to 40 something now, because in 1 or 2 companies, like 3 or 4, they'll come from there because it's free. They just want to turn up. Okay, we get them attendance at the end for it. But the truth is, they are not interested. You know, their interest is low. This is even free. You are not paying for it. Yeah. This is what people do, and in developed countries or in regions where they understand what safety is, they pay heavily for it. You know, but this is free. We said, come. We took care of the hall at the Federal Ministry of Labor, the Federal Secretariat building at Aduawa. We had everything was taken care of. Just come and learn what it is to you to be safe and how to operate safely for yourself, your workers, and your customers. You know, but scarcely didn't show up. But the suggestion we are bringing up here, what we think can fly, is the government. There need to be some sense of enforcement, some sense of a push from the government to see how we can really deal with this, so that we can harness it from that angle.
Right, so while we're waiting on the government and that particular push that we need from them, what are the basics that regular standard organizations should know when it comes to safety? What can we do in our own organization? What can the listeners do in their organization to enforce safety and to make sure that they're preemptive instead of just reactive?
Right. Good. The truth is that you can't build a house without, you can't build a quality house or a reliable house without a civil engineer. Okay? So you can't assume safety by yourself. You need to engage, you need to work with safety bodies, you need to work with safety professionals, you need to bring us in, like we do safety advice for free. Let's let you know the things that you need to do, put measures in place. Just show love. Ensure that all things that leads to accident, that exposes your workers and every other person to accidents, you know, is eliminated, is dealt with. But the truth is that they are not seeing the need, but the needs are hidden. One, if you put safety in place, you are ensuring that your finance is also in check. Okay, you are free from litigation problem. Okay, you are free from reputational damage. Because, for example, if you hear that in this place, for example, something happened here, you know, next time you're already very careful when you're going through that place. Reputation is already involved. So we are very careful here. That's what we're calling on companies, we're calling on industries. Please, there's a particular company I've been begging. You guys are big. I'm seeing you guys go big. put safety in place. Like one of my stuff with the governor, I pushed up to the governor's table. I told him, I said, in my document, I said, what do we need to do? We need to set up a mini HSE unit. Like in Lagos, they have the Lagos State Safety Commission. If I tell you what's happening there, you won't believe it.
We don't have one here.
We don't even have a safety unit. Look at the construction companies that are working in the state, the government contractors. You see them working. There's one day I was driving through Sapele. I had to park my car. I said, what is happening? There's any company, I don't want to mention their name. They were doing the project around the Sapele Road as it's close to the Saturn Market before that road around there. There was an open court on the ground. So they were leaving. I said, what's happening? He said, they come and finish work tomorrow. I said, you're going to leave this like this? He said, well, they will take care of it. I have to bring out my ID card. Please, this is who I am. We need to take care of this now. Because you are going away. Over the night, any vehicle can get in there. You know, so that's what we're calling the government. You have lots of contractors that work for you in the state, that does houses, the roads, other projects for you. What do we need to do? Let's put documents in check. Let's ensure that they have safety units, safety guys that are on ground to put those checks. Okay, to put measures in place so that the unforeseen will not happen. You wake up in the morning, you see a vehicle dash into the partition of the road, and you say they're drunk. He's a stupid guy, got drunk. It's a lie. Those things are not reflected. Anything can happen. Someone can be coming from Lagos and he's going to Port Harcourt. You know, he gets to Benin late. You know, it's fine if he wants to drive. If it's safe for him, he can drive. But you don't expect him to know how the road is if they are not reflective in those barricades. You know, they put a barricade on the road. It's not reflected. It's not coated. It's just left with the color of the road. It's painful. I've taken pictures. I'm tired. Most of this don't get to the media. Don't get to the news. Except for now that we have social media on and you see some things on this and you don't even question why it happens. I have seen this. One day I have rescued. I'm a special marshal too. You know, I pull out in to see how I can try to push my own part of safety. I have rescued an old man. I think that much be at around 60 or something about. He drove into the marcation, the road. He drove into it. Oh, he said in his local dialect, I didn't see it, my son. And he was bleeding. That old man. So there are lots of things we can do. But the truth is, it is not possible without the government being involved.
Now, if, for instance, I want to have an organization and I need advice and I need to get the prerequisites for precautions for my workers, how do I get access to the information? Because you mentioned something very crucial that the media, they don't really get to portray what safety should be all about. And since your organization is an advisory board, how can people listening, how can I right now get access to the information that will help me put safety prerequisites in my organization?
Yeah, firstly, you have to spot the bodies, the persons that are into safety practices or safety professionals or thereabout. You know, and we're also calling on medias too. We're calling on relevant bodies. Please, we are available. We want to pass this message. We want to send this message. We want to help people out of unsafe conditions. We want to see how we can revive, because for me, safety is rather a calling than earnings for me. So I want to see how best we can send this message out to people. So we're calling on media bodies like yours and every other that could. So let's see how best we can push this message to people. So they can get in touch with us, or they can reach us in anyhow. We have our office at the Federal Secretariat building. The NISN office is there. You know, we're going to display numbers and emails for them to get across to. But the thing is, we first want to push sensitization. Let them be interested. Let them understand, because there was a house I was driving through around GRA some day ago. I dropped my kids off school. I was going to route through the government arts area. I saw a house on fire, like, you know, it was on smoke, like it's got burnt overnight. And I had to stop, because I can't see those things and just drive past. I had to stop. What is happening? Do you know what this young man told me? He said he's very sure that his people are after him. What he's talking about, he said his brother just died 3 weeks ago, that he's very sure that his family are after him. You drove your car into the house about after 10 p.m. in the night. You drove your car into the house, and you didn't even, you walked in there over the night, like 2 a.m. You started hearing some sounds of fire and all that. The next thing you could just think about is the village. No, it's wrong. Possibly that vehicle has some issues, electrical issues, that has triggered fire that got into the building. So we need to, my dear, a lot of issues. A whole lot of
So
issues.
we're running out right now. But what can be done? What can the common man do? We've established the fact that we need to do more sensitization. We established the fact that more information needs to get out there, and the government needs to create a body in charge of this. So how can we lend our voices? What can we do to make the need stronger? What can we do?
Fine. It is simple. What we all can do is to involve safety in what we're doing. You have your program. Invite me anytime, I'll come. Push up safety messages. You can request some. Push it up on your program, on your platforms. You know, everyhow, promotion. Just the way you do your promo. You know, you guys are really good into those things like promo. Push the information. The truth is that you see the common man, the black man, we don't hear until it happens. That's why we need the government. In Lagos State, if you've been in Lagos lately, you go to the cinema, you can't see a cinema, a video, without first getting a safety jingle.
Yeah, we do here too.
Yeah, in Lagos. They do here too?
Yes, yes.
Fine, maybe they've extended it here. Because in Lagos, if you don't do that, it's a 1 million naira fine.
Wow.
Yes. So that's the fight has gone. In Lagos, these vulcanizers on the road, they have been managed. Because a whole lot of things, a whole lot of, I can go on and on and on, back to back without even looking.
We have a long way to go.
A whole long way.
Wow.
But please, let me drop this. I am begging the governor. I am begging His Excellency. Please, I have dropped something on your table. I beg you, look into it. It's like 2 months ago, thereabout. You know, it may not be me. So sometimes people think that you're just seeking your own self-interest. I can come sincerely because of my profession. I can come in there to render these things for free. I'll tell you how these things can work. Even the Ministry of Infrastructure, I've been there. I've dropped something with them too. But that's going over a year now. You know, because the concern, like I told people, safety HSE MS is management system has to come from the top to the bottom. If the top is not interested, for example, you have a company, a construction company, he said no smoking zone, and the boss is smoking there. What do you expect? They just feel that is the common rule. So it has to flow from the top and the bottom. They need to be, management need to be committed, need to be involved, need to be committed. So that's why I was saying government need to be committed to drive this thing. There are lots of things we need to do so that we can at least make Edo State or our country in general a safe haven, investors attractive zone, and let business thrive.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We've enjoyed this. We learned so much. And of course, guys, we've heard from the chairman. We need to be immensely proactive when it comes to safety and health in our country. And of course, we need to be able to push to create a unit here in Edo State to make sure that people are safe at work and at home and everything that we do. And for you, make sure that you take safety very important, because it is so much better to prevent than to react or to save yourself. My name is Joyce Tricks. It's been an amazing time on The Breakfast Show. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, TSN Nigeria Space TV. Like and follow us on all of our socials, TSN Nigeria TV, and Merry Christmas in advance.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day every